Hello, welcome back to another flip through. And this week I'll be doing a flip through of all the spreads that I was able to do throughout the month of March. So, starting with this one over here, this was from the last week of February up until the first week of March. So, we're going to start off with this one first of all. So, for this week specifically, I wanted to do a very early St. Patrick's inspired spread. That's why I use green and yellow as one of my main colors for this week. And the reason behind these two color spreads is because from the previous weeks on February, I was trying to do this mini thing where I'm doing spreads based off of two color palettes. So for example, for this one over here, it's primarily pinks and oranges. For this week, specifically, it was purple and blues. And I just thought of doing that with this week as well, which would be green and yellow. And because I wasn't doing any kits specifically, I had to use highlighters to create my own headers. And the highlighters that I've been using for this one, for the different weeks too, have just been these Daiso markers that I got, I think about last year. And they are kind of like mild liner dupes, and they've done pretty well in terms of just coloring my spread. So let me just do a walkthrough of how this week has went. Basically, what I've been trying to do is this pattern over here where I would place motivational quotes from our shop stickies by CNS and alternate them. So alternating between the ones that are just black and white with the ones that are colored. Black and white, colored, black and white, and colored. And I specifically chose the motivational stickers that fit the color scheme. So the only ones that I had on hand were color green, and I didn't have any yellow with me. So I just chose the ones with black and white as well. And all these stickers could be found within our shop. Moving on to the left-hand sidebar, I just chose this brown sugar the bunny header sticker. And this was an old design because it has, I think it's like 1.2 or 1.3 inch, whereas our updated design actually fits 1.5 inch column. So it wouldn't exactly fit the Hobonichi columns anymore, but it would fit the ones on the left-hand side. And I just wrote out all the things that I wanted to accomplish for that week. For the majority of the green stickers that I had on hand, they were actually from a collection, our witchy collection. So a lot of it contains these green potions over here. And this one specifically, Sarah, she is part of the witchy Halloween collection too. And she's dressed as a Frankenstein with her Frankenchino. So everything here, again, is going to be on our shop too. Moving on to the second week of March, because it was already spring, I had thought of using a lot of our spring kits, one of which is this cherry blossom kit. So you can see that the kit already contains everything that you're looking for, which ranges from date headers to washi strips, to general headers and general checklists, as well as mini icons that also work with the color palette of the kit. It also contains these circle dots over here that can act as decoration or simply as another checklist. So all this is based off of that one kit. And I wanted to incorporate the motivational words, just how I've done in the previous weeks too. So motivational words on the very top. And the only thing that I did differently over here is alternate between my work checklist and also the motivational quote too. So for example, work checklist, and then motivational. On the next time, I started with the motivational and then with my work checklist. And this goes on and on. So it's like here, up, down, up, down, up, down. And I really wanted to work with some sort of pattern because I thought that's what makes the whole spread look more cohesive and more put together too. So that was the main pattern that I was going over at the very top, and at the bottom, I just did whatever. So here I just had a lot of words paired with an icon, and here I had this full box with an icon, and then here I used the half box and then a lot of words paired with this notepad, and then making my sort of mini checklist too. So a lot of times whenever I use these sticker kits, it's usually by some sort of pattern that I go with because I know that it would look good by the end of it too. Moving on to the next spread, it was our spring florals kit, and the reason I chose it is because again, it was spring. And I stuck with the same pattern as I did for this one. So having the date headers followed with the washi strip. So same thing over here too, date headers and then washi strip. I also did the same thing such as the motivational patterns with the work checklist as I did last week. So here you can see work, motivation, motivation, work. Same thing too, work, motivation, motivation, and work. So that's basically the main way that I use our kits. Of course, when you buy our kits, you can also use it however way that you want, but this is the way that I've been using it so far. I feel like it's been working out so far too. And one of the things that I tried incorporating more are scripts. So I'm someone that's very conscious of my handwriting, especially my calligraphy skills too, because I know it's not that great. But using these kits have helped me make sure that I try my best to practice just a little bit more. So the main brush pen that I use is this Tombow Fudenosuke, and I use the soft tip. Sometimes I do use the hard tip too. And as for my regular pen, I use the Sharpie S-Gel pen. And I really like it so far because it dries really quickly, especially when you've used it for quite some time. One of the things that I did a little bit differently here is incorporate the words and place them inside the bubble stickers. So these spring florals, it is a whole collection of the kit, but also with additional sticker designs too. For example, these bubble stickers like these ones and that one are part of another sticker set, and I just paired the thought bubbles together with this motivational sticker just to create some sort of contrast. So for example, here too. And moving on to, I think it's last week. Okay. Moving on to the third week of March. This was the time where I went to New York together with my family. And we don't have a New York kit in our shop, but we do have a New York sticker sheet with brown sugar as the main character. So I mainly use that as for this week's spread. And this was the time where I also used a lot of stickers that came from other sticker shops. So for example, this one is from Fluffy Maru Designs. This one is from Bobomon Sticker Co. These ones are, I think it's a little bit more obvious, like this one over here from Once More with Love, and also this one from Wonton in a Million. This one specifically from Odd Loop 2. So I incorporated our Brown Sugar the Bunny Goes to New York sticker sheet and paired it along with the other travel stickers that we had on hand. And again, because there is no kit, there was no specific color scheme. So it's just more of like whatever stickers that I had, I guess would work out. And because I didn't have a specific kit, I used a lot of calligraphy and a lot of bold letters. So, for example, I had a variation of just scripts with capital letters, small letters. I had a variation as to how thick the words would be based off of how bold I wanted it to be too. It allowed me to be a little bit more creative. So, for example, if I use a kit, it's more so rigid. It has some sort of form to follow. Whereas if you have no kit and only stickers, you're kind of more free to decide what to do. And in the beginning, it was quite difficult, but as I kept moving forward and just continued to do it, it really helped me find my style, sort of. I think the only style that I could show to you is alternating left and right. So for example, I would put the stickers on the left and then the right, and whatever space that I had, I would include the words on it. So for example, this one on the right, the words on the left, words, and again on the right, words, on the left, words. And that's basically what I tried doing all throughout too. So I would put on the left, on the right, on the left, and at times break up that specific pattern and place it in the middle. So if I place the sticker in the middle, then I would include the words either on the top or on the bottom. So for example, here, the Central Park was at the middle, so I placed the words at the top and also at the bottom too. This was a time where I tried layering some stickers as well. So for example, over here, the Fifth Avenue sticker is a separate sticker, and I just placed brown sugar on top to cover it a little bit so that it could sort of make this layering thing going on. Moving on to our last week's spread, it is the time where we went to DC in Maryland, and I wanted to use our Aurora sticker kit. So with sticker kits, I tried to do this exact same pattern where I put the date headers on the top. I follow up with the washi strips at the bottom. So going back, date headers, washi, date headers and washi, and again, date headers and washi. And I use the weekly trackers and just place it at the left sidebar. So I usually start with the header of whatever thing that I'm trying to track and place the weekly tracker. And then I switch it up to either placing the hydrate weekly tracker and my habit weekly tracker. So for this one, it's like this. This one, I switched it up. The hydrate goes at the bottom and then the habit tracker at the top. And I always end off with some sort of design, whether it's motivational or just whatever thing that I still want to track. Similarly for here too, whatever thing that I wanted to track, habit tracker, hydrate, and also a motivational sticker. And in here, our Aurora kit also includes another sticker set where it includes thought bubble stickers such as these ones, and also emojis too. I didn't get to use as much emojis as I did for the next week spread, so I tried my best to finish up the sticker sheet of brown sugar going to New York up until this spread. So I was able to use the majority of it when I went to New York, and whatever leftovers, I just placed it in the remaining few throughout this week too. So that is it for the March flip through spread. So I hope that this served as an inspiration for you to try out different spreads too, whether or not you have a sticker kit or just stickers in general, whatever it may be. I hope that it serves as a way to help you make your own style too. So that's it for this video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.